to the White Wolf Tarot. I'm Douglas. Nice to see you folks again. We're going to do a read for Libra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the White Wolf channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you can be alerted to any videos that we post or give out there for any of you guys that... Again, our channel is to help uplift and motivate. If you guys want to reach out and talk about anything, I'm willing to help in regards to any situation that you might be going through on one end or the other. And it will be objective opinion, somebody that's outside the realm of what's going on in your life that can help in a good way, because we don't want to be out here no matter what. Okay, often you may have some people on one side of a coin or the other on an opinion. That's a weighted situation. If both parties are defensive and they're standing in a defensive nature, nothing gets done that way. Nothing gets taken care of in that manner. You have to be able to talk to somebody in a rational way, drop your defenses, cut this shady stuff out, and just come to somebody on their level to work through an issue or a problem or something that's going on. That means also that you might have to talk about things you don't want to talk about. People can come at you in a more understanding way if you say things like, "Hey, I felt bad the other day because you cut my hair too short." Okay, that's not a weighted issue, but we're using this as an example on how... I'm going to show you an example of how do you talk to somebody if you've done something in a negative light. Like, I'll do this now. I'll have a conversation with China across the table from me. That way you guys can kind of see. I'm going to give out this physical example of how you approach somebody if you had done something wrong. China, I realized the other day when you were upset that it was because I cut your hair too short. And although at the time I was feeling anxiety because I thought that I wasn't too sure whether or not I could do it. And I still wanted to do it for you, but then I wound up making a mistake anyway because I was nervous. That's not an excuse, but I wanted you to let you know how I felt at the time, what I was going through at the time. It wasn't necessarily right. I don't think that was healthy for either one of us. Will you forgive me?
Oh, of course. Duh. That's normal.
That's an example of how you would go about something like that in that nature. Because the read I'm about to give, I'm not coming down on anybody when something comes out negative. Okay? I'm here to help. Okay? On either end, I'm here to help. And that means we're not going to downgrade somebody to build up some sort of ego or anything of that nature. We're here to help and to give solid advice in situations to help people. Okay? So, Libra, I have here a tower moment. Something has occurred. Something in a negative nature that brought down something that wasn't built on a stable foundation. You can see this home just being struck by lightning and crumbling to the ground. And you see these two people falling out of the tower. So it wasn't stable to begin with, and it just got shot down. Okay? Now, we have this just underneath that says this is betrayal. This was over some kind of betrayal. So I don't see heartbreak here on the table, but I can tell you now that this would just devastate somebody, whether it was you or them or both of you. This situation's pretty bad. So, Libra, you're up at night, more focused on your money and your investments and your plans for the future after this has happened. But you've already made your decision. You've made financial decisions. You've also made a decision about this Ace of Cups in reverse and no longer dealing with it. You're not giving into this love situation anymore. So this was in regards to love. This also tells me since heartbreak's not in the situation, more than likely you're the one that caused the tower moment. That's what I see here, because right in here we also have this shadow work to do. Okay. Now that takes a strong person to do this kind of work. You have to see in your eyes, what caused the situation. You have to realistically look at what you did in the situation that caused it. Not only somebody else, but instead of pointing the finger at somebody else when things like this come up, all of us, when things like this come up, you have to look at yourself. Okay? All of us have to do that. Instead of looking at somebody else and who's at fault, come at it at a place of love. Look at what you could have done better and see how you can make yourself a better human being out of this experience. I can tell you that you don't think that you have the emotional capability to do that right now. You have the tools there, but you're refusing to look at it. You're refusing to look at that and what you did to cause the problem. You don't want to see it right now. Instead, you're avoiding that. You're avoiding it and just going out having fun with your friends. A lot of superficial stuff going on here, so that you don't have to think about it. It's not your problem, is it? Trust me, if you hurt another human being, it is your problem, and it is also your responsibility to become a mature adult, be an adult about this situation. They're not being an adult in this situation. That's what I just heard. Now let's be realistic. I have here this tower, and you doing the shadow work. And let's be honest with ourselves right now. There's probably nothing this individual did to you, not on the level of what you created, that should have caused this. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And again, I'm not here to judge, okay? You know what resonates with you more than I do. It's your life, okay? And I'm reading for a lot of people once, or this energy. So if this does resonate with you, I'm here. We can talk about it as a third-party objective. Tell me simply the truth and what happened, and we can sit here and just kind of talk about it like old friends and see what the best way for you to move forward would be in the situation, in regards to the situation. Because, you need to sit back and analyze that and maybe come up with a better way of doing things. This is a time for you to give rather than receive. Okay, after this tower moment that's been created, after the hardship and stuff that you've set in, it's time for you to start giving back in this situation. And this says that you're close to achieving your goal. Hopefully that's a good goal of going back and trying to correct what you did wrong and looking at yourself instead of blaming somebody else, because that's how we want to uplift and unite people. We want to make ourselves better and focus that time on making ourselves better so we can be a better person, so we can be more mature, and we can be adults. I've seen that 8,000 times. People today will say, well, I'm an adult. Honestly, if you have to say I'm an adult, you're not being an adult. Because an adult doesn't need to say that to justify themselves. If that's coming out of your mouth at all, you know right away you're just trying to justify some shady crap that went down that you probably caused. If that has to come out of your mouth, then that should be a red flag to you to say, hey, wait a second. Maybe I haven't been completely great here. Because an adult doesn't say things like that. What an adult will do, they won't be defensive about the situation. They'll come at it in a loving manner and try to bridge the gap between what went wrong and not argue about the situation, not fight about the situation, but come to somebody at a rational level. Look at what has happened by not accusing somebody else. Going to somebody and saying, hey, look, I did this wrong. I caused this. This is what I did. Looking at yourself and knowing what you did in regards to a situation like this. Instead of blaming somebody or placing the blame on somebody else, take responsibility for yourself. We all have to take responsibility in a situation. It takes two people to fight. It takes two people to argue. Each person needs to take responsibility for what they've done in a given situation and what that is. Work on things to make them a better person and uplift and unite. I don't care how mad you are at somebody else. You can find a way to relate to somebody if you want to. If you want to, you can find it without being controlling, without being possessive, without trying to gear the situation. Asking for forgiveness is for you, so you don't drag negative baggage into another situation going forward in your life. Forgiving somebody is on the other person. If you go halfway and say, I'm sorry, and be sincere about it, not because you're trying to gain something out of it, then you have to wait for that forgiveness. It might take somebody time to forgive you. It might take somebody a week. It could take a month. It could take a year, depending on where they're at in life. But you need to, come at somebody in a loving nature without fear, without being that you need to be in control or things of that nature. This says, don't let pride get in your way. When you spend time blaming other people for what happens in your life, you're letting your pride and ego get in the way. Lay it down. Lay down that pride and ego. Lay it down. Because guess what? If you really want something out of life, and something has happened, and you want the thing that you rejected, but you get puffed up and you let your ego get to you, you will cause yourself not to have what you want just because of your pride and ego. And you will cause yourself to suffer because of pride and ego. Pride and ego in the long run equals stupidity. Because you're blocking yourself from getting what you want out of life. Sometimes you gotta lay down that pride and that ego. Well, I'm this, I'm that puffed up energy, and be humble. And realize, hey, you know what? I'm not perfect, they're not perfect. It's just two imperfect people trying to make something work. And maybe I need to lay down my weapons. And that shows growth. Being able to lay down your swords, lay down your weapons, lay down your defensive nature, and go to somebody and show them that, hey, look, yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. That at least shows that person that you're at least trying to be better than who you were. Getting through that shadow work. I'll help you. If you want to write a comment or a tag down there, I'll help you. I'll help you get through things. Like, you out there shadow work? Okay. Yeah, you got to do the work yourself, but I can give you some advice. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. We all have things that we could work on. All of us. So, let me be a friend to you. Even if you're coming from the side of things where you've done something to somebody or whatever, let me be your friend. Reach out to me. We'll talk. Okay? We'll just simply talk in a loving nature on what we can do to make ourselves better and uplift things and do right by other folks out there. I see that, yeah, you are going through some really bad karma. This is my karma in reverse, so unfortunately you are losing money. That's coming in extremely fast on your end. You're losing finances. You're losing some kind of emotional state. You are, you're just bleeding money right now. This was all over this is in concerns to somebody like me, a high priestess, who is probably well aware of what you've done. The high priestess doesn't really say what they know all the time. They kind of keep their mouth shut on some things. They probably already know what you've done. I'm just going to warn you. Somebody like me, even if they know what you've done, they analyze it, they think about it from their point of view, what they could have done better, what you could have done better, but they have this point where they go in to meditate, reflect on the situation. The other side tells them what's going on. God, universe, spirit. This is a child of God that this has happened to. And that's why you're getting the karma in reverse. Because you've hurt a chosen one. Somebody that the universe has set aside to carry on their good work. And I would highly suggest, if anybody resonates with this, you need to make good with this priestess. Not only that, there are good light workers, and there are also the time when you upset a light worker. This one's in the upright. You're lucky that they're working on the good aspects of themselves, because when you get a high priestess in the reverse like this person's not only capable of knowing what's on your mind, knowing what's going on in the world, and getting those vibes in, but when this person's like this, they are capable of doing things of a not so nice nature with their gifts. You're lucky this person's in the upright and looking at this situation through eyes of love, because when you upset a high priestess,
it gets ugly.
It's not pretty. They are able to do things with their talents that hopefully they wouldn't do, because that that gives them negative karma. But at this point, they're letting the universe handle this. But I would highly suggest, before you get this high priestess like this, you go and talk to them and try to settle this and try to be a good person, because they're more than willing to work with you when they're like this. They're more than willing to talk to you. But if you get them in this state, it wouldn't matter where you go or what you do. This person, if you get this person this way, there is consequences. If you get a high priestess in this state, they are very capable of doing things that are not of a nice nature. But you got this high priestess like this. They're looking at it with love. The universe has probably already guided them to uplifting and loving things and being good in that nature. And there's no sense that you can't come in and talk to this individual about whatever this situation's about, Libra. Now I'm here, again, I'm here for you. Okay, you can talk to me. I'm not a tyrant by no means. Okay, I work on myself every day. I'm much like this card showing you now. Okay, and I work on myself daily to make myself a better person. I know how hard that kind of work can be, but I'm here for anybody that's going through these things. I really want to emphasize this, because this whole thing is to help people. And that's all I want to do, is help you guys. Yeah, you've got this high priestess in meditation right now. Probably not saying much to you. Just, yeah. This high priestess is meditating. Oh. Thinking about what's happened, this tower moment and everything that's going on. You've got this high priestess in their head. Now let's hope this high priestess stays in an enlightened mood and stays that way. But I feel like you really need to come in here and smooth things over. Because if you really look back at things, they probably haven't done anything near to you what kind of damage you've caused. They probably haven't. This is an enlightened person, a child of God, or spirit, or the universe, however you want to look at that. Like, again, I'm not going to get caught up on religious aspects, okay, on how people view that. But this is somebody that's a child of God. You don't mess with that. Because even if they're not out there trying to do something, a child of God will be like, hey, you hurt one of my kids. God don't like that. Spirit don't like that. You got the other side. I can tell with this karma in reverse and the shadow work.
On top of it in reverse.
You got God's attention, not in a good way. For hurting, you hurt a child of God. God will let a lot of things go. Like, if you're out there, if it's somebody that's like out there doing something, just like a person that's not chosen,
and they go like third party,
you might get,
whatever.
You might get a little bit of karma for that, okay? But when you come after a chosen one of God's children, if you don't make right by this, it's not going to be clear sailing for you. I would highly recommend that you go in and at least try to smooth things over, be a friend, and just try to meet some kind of understanding on a level in love, this person will do that. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll verify. You got 2 high priestesses sitting in a room.
You do.
Chilling.
And these people
we'll
don't...
verify ourselves.
Libra, these people don't always... I can tell you, these people don't always know why they're that way. Why they've been given a gift. Strangely or oddly, they've been that way since they were kids. This was given to them when they got here. Okay?
And I'll let it be known, I do...
That does... Oh, go ahead.
I do resonate with this. Because I'm a Libra rising and a high priestess. And I've had this happen to me at least 4 times in my past. Same exact spread, me being the high priestess. I've chose to be on the light side. Because I know the karma from the nasty side.
Yeah, so we need to get this, and we need things to go in a good way here. For whoever's resonating with this, I'm not just for yourself, but for this person that you've hurt. Okay? We need to get this going in an uplifting manner so that there's no negative outcome to any of this. Because right now it looks like a very negative situation. Right now, you've got this high priestess sitting in this king of swords, cutting out things in their life that no longer serve them, going through the work, and going through this battle that you probably placed them in. And, we want to change these things. So what we want to do is we want to do something that uplifts and unites, okay? So go and talk to this person. Come at them with humble. Be humble. Look, I know.
If you're like humble, respectful, and nice about it,
this is a child.
We'll generally talk to you.
This person is a chosen child of God or spirit, or they're not apt to want negative things in their life.
Mm-mm.
I mean, this person is busy cutting out negative things in their life. Okay,
mm-hmm.
You don't have to be a negative thing in this person's life. They'll accept you if you accept them. Okay? You don't have to come at them in this hateful nature at all. In fact, they'll probably work with you more than what you think if you would just do that. Hand me that other deck.
If nothing else, to be a friend that would help you through all this.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here. I've seen this and the negative stuff that you've done, and I'm saying, let me help you. Most of the time when we hurt people, we're hurting ourselves. I bet you've had something happen to you in your life that's caused you to act this way. Not necessarily from them, but it could be past resentments and stuff you haven't let go of. We're here to heal and help. Look at that light coming through. Look at that light coming through.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Is it coming through on me too?
That's the other side smiling.
Hi.
About what I'm saying. Let's do something to uplift and unite. Let's get some more cards around this tower moment. See what we can heal. Let's see what we can heal. Okay. There we go. Truth. Tell the truth. Speak the truth. Come at it in a loving nature. Okay. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, to fix this. Let's fix this. Okay.
Sorry for all the shakiness. My butt's flying off the seat here.
Let's fix this, Libra. Okay, let's fix this problem. I bet it's not even as bad as what you think on your end. Some of it might be this stuff that you've got pinned up in your head. Oh, this is ever a high priestess. They're not going to be like boastful or prideful, or they're going to lay down some things. Trust me, they will. They will. You just got to come at them right, in a loving nature, with nothing but love and friendship, that kind of thing. Okay? And let this be a healthy thing. Let's grow from this bad situation. Let's uplift and unite out of this situation. Let's tell the truth. Oh, look at this. I've got this. The Lover's card. How cute is that?
I'm starting to get a feeling they
No.
never told their feelings.
Look at that. That's cute. You come at it with love. You come at it with the truth. You come at it with love. And you come at it, let's see, let's pull one more. Let's see what else kind of advice. Let's see what kind of advice we get from the other side here. Okay? Come at it with traditional values. Friendship, love, family. Come at it with love. Speak the truth. Okay? Fix the situation. Okay?
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
You went through all of that. You're going through your karma over.
Yeah,
It seems like a truth about love.
Just lay down the burdens. Lay down the burdens. Come in with truth. Come in with love. Come in with traditional values. And I'll tell you what, you will fix this situation.
It will probably be fixed, like in a snap.
So what if, let's say you don't even have, let's say that it's not, I get a heavy love situation, but let's say it's not about love, like a personal relationship as far as like man and woman, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, that kind of thing. Just go in as a friend and realize at one point you really cared about this person. And think of how they would feel if reverse the situation. How would you feel if they did what you did to them? And how would you feel on that side? Look at it from a different perspective. See things from somebody else's point of view. Grow. Learn. Ask for forgiveness. Be forgiven. And come at it with traditional values, and you'll see how easy it is not to, you can choose not to argue with somebody. Libra, I'm going to send you love and light, and I would, if it benefits you by reaching out and talking to me, then so be it. I'll get back in contact with you if you want to ask questions, or if you have any concerns. I am not a professional therapist. I minored in psychology. I know what the other side tells me and how to help. Okay? That's what I've got. So, if you want to reach out and let me be a friend to you going through this rough time, I'm here. I'm here for anybody out there struggling with something. I'm here for anybody out there that needs something, a shoulder to cry on. I'm here. So this is Douglas with the White Wolf Tarot. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And any time of day you guys want to reach out, I'm here. God bless. Namaste. Blessed be. Have a good day out there, folks.